Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree. I'm going to be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of May 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm going to be using my white tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot, and then Sag, I will close out your reading with a secret language of color oracle card. So I hope you're having a good month. I hope you're ready for spring and summer. But let's go ahead and dive right in. Sagittarius, what do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of May 2021? All right, Sagittarius, I have to say you win. Really, you do. You win, but at what cost? Okay, what cost? What, are you really? Well, sometimes we we're very direct about what it is we're trying to do, and sometimes people don't understand, and so sometimes you can be misinterpreted. Now, I don't know if this sounds random or if it sounds like I'm all over the place, but what I'm seeing here is that you're definitely winning financially once we hit the first week of May, Sagittarius. The thing is there's people who don't understand what the heck it is you're trying to do. And so they are walking away, they're being unsupportive, they're being, haters, jealous, whatever the case may be, right? But here you are, you don't care because you're winning, you're making money, you're the star, right? I mean, it's very clear here. It's like you win, but again, at what expense? Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter. Your relationships or your friendships, whatever, don't matter. I'm not saying that. But sometimes, we have to kind of do our own thing. And people may not understand, but we just choose to laugh all the way to the bank. And, it's kind of a nice place to be. However, I know some of you Sagittarius, it's like you do care. You want to bring people with you, right? You want to, you want other people to enjoy and understand what you're doing, But like I said, whatever you're doing, there's people who are not on board or they just don't understand. Fine. You're winning. I see the Ace of Pentacles and the Star, two very powerful cards here. We're going to get to the Tower in a minute. But like I said, you're winning, so you're laughing all the way to the bank. However, I have a feeling, though, that's not going to sit right for you for very long. Why do I say that? Because we have the Tower card. Now, the Tower card talks about literal breaking down of something. Now, it could be something physical, but usually because we're talking in the context of money, we're talking in the context of wealth, what we're doing professionally in our careers, whatever. Sometimes we have to break things down. Sometimes things break down on their own without any input from us. So I have a feeling that while you are doing good financially, you're feeling like money's coming, you're getting on track, you're getting caught up with bills, you're saving, you're investing, whatever it is you're doing very well at that. However, it's causing a breakdown in other areas of your life. And that's unfortunate. But it's not something that has to be permanent, and it's not going to be, clearly. The thing is like I said, sometimes you just don't get people who are very supportive. And sometimes that can take a toll on your psyche. And if your mindset is not right, well, now we're starting to have problems with money and abundance and wealth and all those things. So I say all this to say, Sagittarius, is that you're going to be doing really, really well. However, pay attention to your energy, pay attention to your spirit, because there's people who are not going to be on board, and they have the potential to really kind of upset you in a way that causes you not to be on top of your game. Okay? And if you're not on top of your game, you're not creating the money flow that you know you can do, that I know you clearly can do. So this Tower card is more of a warning, and this Tower card is saying, hey, sometimes things have to be broken down so they can be rebuilt. Sometimes things have to be deconstructed so we can put them back together in a better way. And I'm feeling like that's the energy where we're going here. It's not because you don't have the money. It's not because the money's not coming to you. It's not because you're not capable. However, sometimes there's certain people and certain energies in our life that can really disrupt our mindset. And that is something we have to be very, very protective of, okay? Because remember, wealth is all about mindset. Wealth is all about how you think. And it's all about what you believe, right? And if your core beliefs are not strong, and if your core beliefs are not solid, then sometimes things people say and do can tear it apart, right? And I think that's something we all have to work on. This is not unique to you, Sagittarius. However, I'm seeing in the cards here that this might be something that you're going to be dealing with once we move into the first week of May, okay? But here's where things get really, really good. We have the swords, or Four of Swords. Four of Swords is the card of sometimes meditation, but I always see the Four of Swords as a card of really stepping back, going within, right? Not having to be out and be doing, but it's really about finding the solutions within ourselves. Sometimes it's about being our own savior. Sometimes it's about just taking a step back and allowing things to be as they are while we figure out what we're going to do in order to get the situation how we want it for ourselves, okay? Because remember, you can create anything you want. Sometimes the creativity process, especially as it relates to money, will have to be done internally before we can start to experience it externally. And that's what I see happening here. You're going to be taking a step back, reevaluating your situation, reevaluating your relationships, because you're clearly winning. What you're doing is working, Sagittarius. It's just about all the other things going on in the background that sometimes cause you to get distracted or maybe lose a little bit of focus. Finally, we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card, again, is another card about going within and also taking a step back. And the Hermit, when he's in the reverse, it's also about being okay with not having all the answers yet. Okay? Doesn't mean the answers are not coming, but sometimes we have to dig a little deeper and do some more inner work in order to figure out what is the answer for me, right? Because everybody's on their own journey. And it looks like you're going to be experiencing that, Sagittarius. You may not have all the answers and have it all figured out just yet, but when all is said and done, you will, in your own timing, in your own way, you will have the answers and you will have the knowledge that you need in order to move forward. All right, let's see what else is showing up for Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Ooh. Is this here? For the month of May 2021. All right, let's move everybody down. All right, Sagittarius, as we move into the second week of May, you're going to be going through a lot here. And a lot of this is energetic stuff here. I don't see this as things that you're kind of dealing with physically, but I do feel that emotionally, energetically, even mentally, you're going to be going through a lot. Let's start with the Judgment card in the reverse. This means that you're not really ready to kind of break into this new role that you have for yourself. And when I say a new role, if you are trying to create wealth, if you are trying to become somebody who has more money than they have now, well, you're going to obviously have to become someone different. You're going to have to do things different. You're going to have to think different, right? I'm picking up with this Judgment card that you're not quite ready for that. It's like you understand the concept. However, putting it into practice is kind of tripping you up right now. Doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that you still need to process it a little bit more. When you process it a little bit more, then you own it. And when you own it, that's when you actually can release it, right? Because it's you, it's who you are, it's what you do. So when I say that, that means the money is there for you. You're very successful, but you're kind of up-leveling that. And so you're still working on it. You're still figuring it out. Now, the good thing is we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. The Eight of Swords in the reverse is breaking free of self-limiting beliefs, breaking free of the prison that we put ourselves in. This is really, really good. I like to see that card in the reverse. So you're in the process. You're in the process of becoming someone new, becoming someone different who achieves more, who has more, who does more, okay? Next, we have the High Priestess. Now, here is where I'm talking about energetically. I'm seeing a little bit of stuckness here as it relates to money. Again, this doesn't mean you're going to lose anything, okay? It just means that your pattern of growth is going to be a little bit different because you're kind of working through some stuff here. High Priestess in the reverse means you're not really fully trusting your own inner guidance, your own intuitive abilities, your own God-given gifts, your gut instinct. High Priestess says that you really do need to start trusting yourself more. The Empress, she's in the reverse. Now, this is feminine energy. This is also creative energy. When I see her in the reverse, that talks about sometimes things are stagnant, things are not growing. As this relates to your money, this could be something in your career. You're probably ready for a change. You're probably ready for an up level. And for some reason, you're just not doing it. Maybe you feel scared. Maybe you're just lazy. I don't know. I don't think that, but I've been there, so I know. I know what it is. It's like, I know I need to send out resumes. I know I need to make phone calls, but for whatever reason, I just don't, right? I think we've all been there. Next, we have the Strength card. This is the card of burnout when I see it in the reverse. It means that sometimes you are just done with where you're at and you need to do something different in order to get different results. The thing is you're aware of this, right? This is not anything that's being hidden from you, Sagittarius. You're aware that there's some things internally that need to shift. You're aware that there's some energetic, either stagnation, blockages, or things that need to be different for you energetically. And again, we have a very, very positive light at the end of the tunnel. We have the Magician card. Now, the Magician card is a very, very powerful and positive card. This is the card of alchemy. This is the card of really divine creation here. The Magician tells us that you have everything you need at your disposal in order to create the life you want, especially as it relates to money, finances, prosperity, wealth, and abundance. If you're trying to do something different in your work, you have everything you need. You have the talent, the skills, the connections, the experience. You have the look. You have whatever it is. You have it, okay? And don't ever doubt that. If you're trying to start a business, same thing. You have everything you need at your disposal. You may have to do a little digging. You may have to ask some more questions. You may have to kind of research a little bit more, but there is nothing within you or without you that is not accessible to you in order for you to create this wealth that you want, okay? And even if you're trying to move into a different industry, don't think just because you've never done that before that you are not equipped to do it, right? Because you truly do. The Magician, like I said, he's the alchemist. He uses what he has to make what he wants. And Sagittarius, that is definitely you, very powerfully in the month of May 2021. All right, let's see what else is showing up for Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of May 2021. All right, I can tell you already, by the time we hit the second half of May, Sag, a lot of these things are going to be resolved, okay? I mean, it doesn't mean... I see very clearly here that things are definitely going to be changing for you in a very big way. We have a repeater card here, the Tower. Remember, we saw him here. This was the breaking down. Well, by the time we hit the second half of May, you're in the rebuilding phase. The worst is over, and this isn't even bad, like I said, because it's near these positive cards here, so I know this isn't anything catastrophic. But we have the Tower here in the reverse. This tells me that this, whatever this was, gets resolved by the time we hit the second half of the month, okay? This is the rebuilding phase. This is the restructuring. This is putting the pieces back together in a much more holistic, strategic, stronger, bigger, better way. Next, we have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, I don't like seeing him in the reverse because it means that he knows he needs to cut something off, but for some reason, he's hesitating. The other thing about the King of Swords in the reverse is sometimes it could be the opposite of that, where he starts cutting things out haphazardly, and then he realizes that he did too much. It's like, maybe you only needed to fire one employee instead of 20, right? I'm not saying that anybody's getting fired, but I'm just saying that the energy of the swords is sometimes it's two ends of the spectrum. Either he's, clearing out stuff left and right with no thought, or he knows what he has to do and he's not doing it, right? So you're going to have to figure out how this applies to you. Both of those scenarios could apply depending on what it is you're trying to do. Next, we have the Six of Pentacles. Be very, very careful with being overly generous. Now, not only with your finances, but also with your time, your resources, and your attention. Not everybody has the best intentions. Not everybody is on your side. So, I'm not saying don't give at all, but just be very selective and try not to overgive in any situation. Here's another one that gets resolved. I love to see it. We have the Strength card here. Now, here we saw Strength in reverse, right? This is the card of kind of being overwhelmed and being burnt out. Well, that really resolves itself once we move into the second half of May. The Strength card is a card of regeneration, replenishing, even also just kind of really getting things back under control and feeling very, very grounded in what it is you're trying to do, and really having a clear vision of what it is you're trying to do. Now, the Strength card is also sometimes the card of health and regeneration. So for those of you who are healing, or maybe you're overcoming some physical challenges, the Strength card is a beautiful card to see because it means you definitely have that healing energy within you. Finally, we have the Five of Pentacles, another good card to see in the reverse because this means you are breaking free of lack and limitation mindsets. Okay, the Five of Pentacles, this is the card of, it really is the card of mindset in the sense that, we have what we believe we have. We are capable of what we believe we're capable of. And when I see this card in the reverse, it tells me that, yes, you are able to do whatever it is that you want. There, excuse me, there is no lack in any area of your life unless you say there is, right? And I'm not saying that nobody has struggles. I'm not saying that no one has challenges. But at the same time, we have to really redefine our lives and what we consider as not having enough or going through life without. We all have to figure out what it is that we have that we can utilize to our advantage. And it looks like you're clearly doing that again once we hit the second half of the month, Sagittarius. All right. Let's see what else is showing up for my Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. I feel like I need one more card. for the month of May 2021. All right. All right, Sagittarius. So by the time we close out May 2021, things are good. Things are really, really good. However, sometimes I could see you can get in your own way, okay? That's something you need to be aware of. Four Swords. We saw that card here. Again, this resolves itself. And it's interesting how these cards fell. These two cards fell right next to each other, and then look, they fall right next to each other here. And then here they're in the upright, here they're in the reverse. Very interesting how these things kind of show up. The Four of Swords, this is the card of now you are not stepping back, you are showing up full throttle. You are definitely stepping up, stepping out. You are definitely taking actions and doing what it is that you need to do in order to bring that money in. You're all about your hustle and your grind. You're all about doing what needs to be done. Now, not everybody is a grinder, okay? You don't have to hustle and grind in order to be successful. But some of you are. You're really going to be embracing that energy once we close out the month of May, okay? And it's going to be very profitable for you. Nine of Cups tells me so. This is the wish card. This is the card that says whatever it is you're wishing and hoping for, yes, it is showing up for you, and it is showing up for you big time, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to get everything delivered right away, all in one swoop, but it does mean that it's on its way to you. So I hope you get ready, and I hope you get excited. Next, we have the Hangman. Now, these two cards are very interesting because the Nine of Swords is the card of feeling a little kind of worried and anxious about something. The Hangman, though, says that, okay, I see the good things coming, but sometimes some people get a little nervous about that. You know, sometimes it's kind of foreign to feel like, wow, you know, this is really happening. This is money coming. This is success coming my way. So it looks like there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period for you, Sagittarius. Not that you're not one to not know what it's like to be successful, but you're going into a new level of success, right? You're going into a new I want to say experience, you know. It's like you're really climbing here, right? So I'm sure some of you have heard that phrase, new level, new devil. So every time we grow, we have new challenges, and I feel like that's what this is about here, okay? It's you kind of adjusting to these new challenges and these new experiences that you are going to have as you become more successful, more wealthy, more prosperous, and all those things. Next, we have the Six of Cups in the reverse and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Six of Cups means somebody from your past is showing up. Could be something as well, but someone or something from your past shows up. It's probably not going to be a divine connection. You know, it might be nice to hear, oh, say, oh, I haven't heard from you in so long. How are you? Oh, you're great. Oh, okay. Great. Have a nice life. It's one of those things where somebody shows up, you know, and I feel like this is somebody kind of trying to feel you out, right? Maybe they see you're doing really, really well. They want a piece. And so they're going to call you up, send you an email, send you a text, whatever, and say, hey, you know, what's going on with your business? What's going on with whatever, okay? Again, I don't see this as anything serious, but, you know, it may be nice just to hear from someone from your past. Finally, we have the Seven of Wands, and this is another card of communication. Looks like in the past you may have had to explain what you're doing. But you finally get to the point where you're not going to explain, defend, justify what you're doing, why you're doing it, or how you're doing it. It's like you're in a really good place, Sagittarius, where you just feel content with what you're doing, and you're doing it in your own way, you know, in your own language, and you don't have to, excuse me, you know, explain that to anybody. You're confident, you know what you're doing and why you're doing it, and that's all that matters. So, Sagittarius, you've got a brilliant month for May. I hope, like I said, I hope you're ready. And, you know, it's all good. You're going to have, you know, some things that do need attention here. But when all is said and done, your month is very, very powerful. And it's very, very prosperous. All right, let's go ahead and close out your reading. Ooh, nice. With a Sacred Language of Color Oracle card. You've got Look at how gorgeous this card is. This is card number 9. It's Cherry. Live an extraordinary life. I do see that for you in the month of May. It's going to be extraordinary for you, Sagittarius. Like I said, I hope you're ready, because I see more good, more positive, more wonderful just coming to you in the month of May. Like I said, I hope you're ready. All right, Sag, hope you enjoyed this reading. If you have any questions, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.